Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanyam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanto Radha Kanta Namastate तप्त कंचना गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय पंचकल्पातरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय इसकन फाउंडर आचार्य हरि देवांग प्रभुपाद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल. So we can start today. And this is lesson 3, ISKCON founder Acharya. So in this chapter, this is going to be the third chapter. It's pretty good. So in this chapter, we'll study what is the function of the founder Acharya. And Prabhupada is the empowered representative of Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then ISKCON in the future, the student handbook, page number 21. So we'll have some discussion around how Srila Prabhupada will remain the ISKCON founder Acharya and as a preeminent Siksha Guru. And you have to write your thoughts that how it will continue, right? Because we are just the second generation from Srila Prabhupada. Our spiritual masters are first generations. And you already can start seeing so many deviations that have started happening. What would happen to our grandsons and their grandsons, can they still adhere to Prabhupada's teaching? And can still Prabhupada will be preeminent Siksha Guru? I don't know. I don't know. That's why it's very important that we have to keep this culture. And this course definitely, courses like this help us to understand what is our core value. Prabhupada by default is our Siksha Guru. Okay, so let start reading it. Somebody, can you please unmute yourself and read it?
To give founder Acharya, to give basis or firm support to to ground in subject of instruction and to set up or establish for the first time an institution with provision of its perpetual existence.
Yeah, so this is basically
Yes,
the dictionary meaning.
the meaning, yeah, from the Oxford English Dictionary.
Yes. So what is the meaning of founder? Say that founder means the one who founds,
Yeah.
to found. And then some of the meanings that could be explained a little bit more.
Mm.
Basis, form support, and we are grounded in his instructions. And then to set up or establish for the first time. That would be clear. Okay, next slide. Prabhupada Acharya.
As the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, and the preeminent teacher and ultimate authority within our society, Srila Prabhupada has a unique relationship with every ISKCON devotee, and that's the
Yeah,
statement from GBC.
yeah, 303 JVC statement, which talks about what's the position of Srila Prabhupada. It's very important, as you would notice that founder, for sure, we understand, we take Prabhupada as our founder Acharya, no doubt about that. He's our founder Acharya. But this is preeminent teacher and ultimate authority. So preeminent, so founder Acharya, preeminent teacher, and ultimate authority within our society. And then the fourth one is unique relationship with ISKCON devotee. So if we are part of ISKCON, we have to know this thing and not only knowing but understand that how important Srila Prabhupada is, right? He is our preeminent Shiksha Guru, ultimate authority. So even Prabhupada is present right now in his Bani form, but he still continue to serve as our ultimate authority. Can somebody share what is the meaning of his ultimate authority? While Prabhupada is not here, what is the meaning? What is the particular application of being Prabhupada ultimate authority for our society? Let Bhaskar Prabhu share. Bhaskar Prabhu, can you share what is the meaning of ultimate authority?
Uh, can you hear me, Prabhu?
Yeah, very clearly. Yes.
Okay. What I'm thinking is like no ultimate authority means he take the ownership of whatever he says, right?
Yeah, expand on it a little bit. So, how does it apply in today's context? What is the meaning of that ultimate authority? Can you can share, and then others can also share how you see Prabhupada's being ultimate authority. You can give some practical example, like how we see Prabhupada being the ultimate authority.
So all the all the teachings he followed the as per the scriptures, right? So whatever he says is the ultimate truth. So he takes the ownership of that one.
Yeah. Anybody else would like to share what is the meaning of this ultimate authority? It's very important because in future we have to consider that Prabhupada is authority of the authority, right? We all have a system, and we'll talk about that in next class. We all live in a system,
So
but
he gave us, Prabhu, he gave us the basic uh, framework where we need to really be functioning, like establishing the program from the beginning, how to perform the puja, what time to start, and all. I think all those things practically come into picture, that he really made that framework, and we are all working under that framework, within that framework. So anything which is we need to really refer to, then we go back to his teachings, why we quote him all the time, his lectures or his
mm,
sayings or his conversations, even, they are so important. We refer back to if we have any questions. So I think he left us with all those practical ways of living under this ISKCON society.
very good, very good point. Okay, anybody else would like to share? Brinda Mataji,
I uh,
yeah,
can you hear me, Prabhu? I
yeah,
think the ultimate authority means whatever he says, whatever he asks the devotees to do, it's like the final decision,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
That is the final thing. So
yes,
you don't need to argue with it, or you can completely follow that principle. So he promises he will take us back to Godhead. So he has that power to
yes,
say that the word.
yeah. No, that's I think understood very clear. Let other anybody else has any sharing on that?
I
What do you
think
mean by ultimate authority?
he's a messenger of Krishna, I think. So he gives everything for ISKCON. He is a founder of ISKCON, so he gave basic teachings or basic knowledge of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. Anything, if we understand clearly, it is because of Prabhupada. So he is the ultimate authority.
Okay. Do you have anything else, Sravanti Mataji, to share? What is ultimate authority? All correct answer, right answer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. So ultimate authority, as all of you said, it's a right answer. Ultimate authority, basically, whenever it comes to code of conduct, how we should behave, right? Prabhupada. Prabhupada statement, Prabhupada guidance is ultimate. The service, Prabhupada, the Prabhu, Asuk Prabhu mentioned, he gave us a framework. So on that framework, what to be done, what not to be done, whatever Prabhupada has said is final. Bhaskar Prabhu also said that. When conflict arises, right? When and conflict is very common in a diverse setup. Like ISKCON is a International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It's a very diverse setup. People are coming from different ethnicity, different background, different level of education, caste, color, creed. So there is one focal point, right? Of course, everything that we do, the focus point of that is Krishna. Before Krishna, we have to align, right, under one umbrella, and that Prabhupada. So we are receiving that uh, through Prabhupada. The instruction is coming to us through Prabhupada. We are receiving this through ISKCON Disciple Course or whatever format of education we have. But one of the responsibility that we all have, who are of the same generation devotee, to continue emphasizing that in future Prabhupada will remain preeminent, the very first teacher and ultimate authority. These two things has to be passed on. We have to pass it on, and not only pass it on, but we also have to uh, align our life with the Prabhupada instructions. So how we do it? What are some of the means of the instructions Prabhupada gave us? Can we call them out? So number one, through his writings, right?
Greetings, yeah.
What are the other means? Can we start naming them out? Writings are one.
Lectures.
Lectures, yes. And then
Magazines.
ah
Morning talk or magazines.
yes, Prabhupada's morning talks. What else?
I mean, all the scriptures which he has really, translated as it is, like
Yes,
Bhagavad Gita, following that in his, through his purport, because there are so many other purports given, but following what he
yes,
is
right.
given. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam or other books, Chaitanya Charitamrita or other, to follow
Yes.
those, yeah.
So his writings, lecture, morning walks, and letters.
Mm.
Prabhupada wrote personally letters, right?
Yeah.
And then he gave personal instructions, right? So these are the source of information where we can find what are the specific instructions Prabhupada has given in every situation. So all of us, as we are trying to be uh, dedicated, and sooner or later, all of us will have leadership, some sort of leadership opportunity. So the goal is to basically consider Srila Prabhupada as a preeminent teacher and invest ourselves to understand what was his teachings, how in certain situation he wanted us to act. And that would be the way, or that these are the ways by which we can align in a diverse community, which means people from South America, Asia, Africa, in all part of the world. We need a common thread for alignment. So this ultimate authority is very important concept that we have to know, and the sources are all of this information, all of these means by which Prabhupada has given us the instructions. It's very important that we okay, and then continue reading. Then what it says, please. Somebody has to read. That's what we do in this course.
I will read.
Yes.
Loyalty to Srila Prabhupada. Why ISKCON followers maintain such exclusive loyalty to following Srila Prabhupada?
Yeah. So what do you think about this? Do you think that we need to be loyal to Srila Prabhupada? Eh?
Yes, I think we have to follow his message. So once we follow his message, you can give the same message to the coming generations. So that really kind of continues with so unless you don't follow the message properly, then obviously it's going to get contaminated.
So can we little bit talk about why we have to be loyal to Srila Prabhupada? Can we share some of the points, and then devotee, please make a note. Why we have to be loyal to Srila Prabhupada? Why we have to be loyal?
Maybe they
Right.
like what Prabhupada had taught.
Huh?
Maybe they like what Prabhupada had taught them.
No, so this is about us. Us
No.
as ISKCON follower,
Mhm.
why we have to be very exclusive loyal to Prabhupada? Why we need to be loyal to, do we need to be loyal to Srila Prabhupada or not? That's the question. Let me ask that question first. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
We need to be, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, we need to be very loyal to Srila Prabhupada, right? So if that's the case, then why we have to be loyal to Srila Prabhupada? Just a few points. Everybody, can we share? Why we have to be loyal to Srila Prabhupada? Because Prabhupada was founder Acharya. Prabhupada gave us how to be Krishna conscious, right?
Yeah.
Can we become Krishna conscious in America without Srila Prabhupada?
No.
So don't we think that Prabhupada has done great favor to us? Right? He has done huge favor, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Right.
Yes, Prabhu.
And unless and until we are not loyal to him, do you think that we can receive his instructions as it is? So when we read Prabhupada's purport in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada will say that you should give 50% donations to temple, or you should support temple. If we are not loyal to Srila Prabhupada, do you think that we can follow his instructions? So loyalty is founder Acharya, right? We are grateful to him for his contribution. What else? Can we share a few more points? Why we have to be loyal to Srila Prabhupada?
I mean, he's, as we learned before, that he is the preeminent
Yeah,
teacher.
yes, he's preeminent teacher. This is
the
good
first
point.
teacher. Yeah.
So fourth point, he's preeminent teacher. What else? What else?
He is taking us back to Godhead by following his principles.
So he will take us back to home, right? Okay. Okay.
I
What
mean,
else? There could
and
be
he-
multiple points. This should be very easy. Yes.
And
And
he is-
basic practices is it like not on eating onion garlic or meat
Yes.
eating, 4 regulative principles.
Yes. Yes. One of the thing is that out of many things, one of the very important thing is that we cannot stay united if we are not loyal to Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so what bring all of us together here? Hmm?
I think everybody has the same goal of
Yes.
meeting Krishna.
Yes.
Following that.
So
And he's leading
exactly. And who taught us that we have only one goal?
Srila Prabhupada.
Yes. So I would request you to think a little bigger. So, in a diverse community, unity would not exist. All of us right now are united because of Prabhupada. Prabhupada said that, and you will see that in next classes. Prabhupada said that work in cooperation, work for the same goal. This family system, right?
Yeah.
Work as a family. So all of that would happen only when we are loyal to Srila Prabhupada. So hope you made notes of some of these points. Okay, we'll come to this slide later. Let's read this one. Somebody please read it.
I also thank you very much for your appreciation of my books and letters and for my speaking in the meetings. They are not my words, as I have repeatedly informed you that I am simply the bearer of the message from Lord Chaitanya through the disciplic succession, and I do not make any addition or subtraction. Similarly, if you all carry these words successively, then the transcendental parampara system will be exactly maintained and people in general will be benefited.
Wow. See, so how we can connect to the higher message? By being loyal to Srila Prabhupada. Because is there any difference between teaching of Srila Prabhupada and teaching of Krishna?
No.
Please answer yes or no.
No.
Yes. So Prabhupada is very clearly saying, whatever I've given you in the format of books or letters or whichever format, my each and every word was helping you to understand Krishna the more. Right? Mahaprabhu gave us the message about Krishna. His followers gave the message about Krishna. Prabhupada, after Mahaprabhu, and then Prabhupada gave the message about Krishna. So Prabhupada is the connection point for us to connect with the transcendental message. Similarly, if we all carry these words, then the transcendental parampara system will be exactly maintained. So can we maintain this transcendental parampara system without having loyalty to Srila Prabhupada?
Mm.
And I can tell you, dear devotees, don't, I'm being recorded. You will see that. You will see that. People have a lot of faith in other things, but they don't have very strong faith in Srila Prabhupada. As we get into the temple, first we should bow down to Prabhupada. Guru. Guru is the one who says, where is Krishna? With due respect, full respect in front of Srila Prabhupada. And then from there we go and pay obeisances to the other personalities who are on the altar and then Krishna. Because these are the personality who are telling us who is Krishna. You cannot, your faith in Krishna is partial as long as you do not have a strong faith in your spiritual master. You don't have faith in Srila Prabhupada. You have faith in your spiritual master, who are disciple of Srila Prabhupada. They are acting under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada. But we don't have faith in Prabhupada. We have faith in our spiritual master. So some of these things that you would see, please make sure that you rectify that. If you see devotee making mistakes, not having sufficient faith, or if you see they are uh, not being very loyal to Srila Prabhupada, teach them guidance, give them the guidance that no, 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 no. Otherwise, this society would not last longer. If the members would have no faith in Srila Prabhupada, if they are not loyal to Srila Prabhupada, the society would not last long. It's a very important point to be noted. Don't think that is easy. It's not easy. Okay. So Mora Senapati Bhakta. यदि पापी छाड़ी धर्म दूरे देश आया मोरा सेनापति भक्ता अइबे तथाया. It's beautiful. When I read this, I was thinking that Mahaprabhu is saying this for us. We born in India, right? We left India. We are now living in America or born in other part of the world. We came to America, right? See what is being said here. Yadi papi chhadi dharma dura dese aya. People from the background of Vedic theology or people who are not from the Vedic school, if they are living in Durdesha means here outside of Bharatvarsha. Mora Senapati Bhakta. This is Mahaprabhu's prediction. Aibe Tathaya. My Senapati Bhakta will come at that time. Tathaya means at that time and give the message of Krishna consciousness. So all the people who are outside, people who are Dure Dese has multiple connotation, multiple meaning. The one meaning is that in a very superficial way, somebody who has moved out. And Dura Dese also means somebody who has forgotten their eternal dharma, nitya dharma. People who have gone out and they have forgotten their relationship. They have become very dura from their original spiritual practices. So to all of that people, translation is given here. If some sinful people escape and giving up religious principles, go to far off countries, then my Senapati Bhakta will come at that time to give them Krishna consciousness. So who is Senapati Bhakta? Prabhupada.
Srila.
Yeah, Srila Prabhupada is Senapati Bhakta, who came and who fulfilled the prediction that was given by Mahaprabhu. So what we would like to do now, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So you have one exercise to do, and let's do that exercise before we move to next class. I think I'm just going to stay with this class, 4 or 5, whoever. Devotees now who are not joining, even if they join, I don't think that I can help them get the certificate. So I did not know I had so many people in the beginning of the course, but then they drop out. This is something that I was not expecting, but let's go with it. So you have to uh, draw image showing how Srila Prabhupada is authorized representative of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the modern age. Okay, present your drawing to your class. So you have to somehow or other make a sketch. It's very simple, making a sketch, whatever way you can. Or if you cannot make a sketch, find some other forms of illustration. But all of you will have to explain. So if you do in, I think it will be nice if you can do in PowerPoint, or maybe do on a paper and put on the camera like this, and then explain what you are trying to say. So how long you think would be good for you to do this exercise? And then after that, we'll come back and you will share whatever you have thought with the class. One of the example that I can give you is you saw the Prampara system, where we don't have this picture here, but in the previous class you saw, right, that we have all our spiritual masters. So Srila Prabhupada is there, then Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Maharaj is there, then Gaur Kishore Das Baba Maharaj is there, and Bhakti Vinod Thakur Maharaj is there, Jagannath Das Baba Maharaj is there, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is there, like that, right? It goes up. So this is just one way to say that we are receiving this message from Srila Prabhupada because he falls into line of disciplic succession, or any other example that you can give, or you can maybe share one story. I'm okay with that too. If you don't want to make a sketch, you can share a story, like he made Bhakti Chandra Swami Maharaj. Whatever story I'm telling you, don't have to tell that. And Bhakti Chandra Swami Maharaj said, "You are a young man. Why don't you take the message of Krishna consciousness and teach it to the whole world?" That tells that he received that instruction from his spiritual master. He's authorized. One of the way you can also say that Prabhupada was authorized preacher because Mahaprabhu himself predicted that yadiya papi chari dharma dure desaya mura senapati bhaktayevo tathaya. These are some of the examples that proves that Prabhupada was a authorized uh, teacher. Okay, so what is time right now? This is 2:03. How long do we need, Prabhu? 10 minutes is okay? Can we get back at 2:13, or we want 2:15? What time? 2:18. How long do we need?
218 maybe.
Okay, so let's take 15 minutes and we can come back. Now, 4 of you do you want to work in a group? Let's work in a group, okay? 2 of you, let's work in a group. That way it will be easier. I think that will be easier. Let's make it easy for you. So I'll basically create 2 rooms, and 2 of you will be in each room. It's going to be 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, we'll come back, and then each of you You decide who is going to be sharing your story, and you share. Is it okay?
Sure.
Hare Krishna. So you go into your room now. Did it display anything on your screen? Savanti Mataji, you have to go to one of the room. You are assigned with room number 1. It's done, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu, we got a sketch and then we have some points.
Okay. You can
So
present to the group. So your PowerPoint or did you make it?
yeah, it's a PowerPoint. So if you
Make you
able
host.
to yeah, I have to be able to share. I cannot share right now.
I can make you host.
Oh, okay.
You are host now.
Okay.
And then we can make host to one of the devotee from that group.
Okay. I think once they are done, then because I don't want to close the room right now.
Yeah, no, I don't want to close the room. Then tomorrow can we meet at 1:30? I think
Yeah, ask other devotees. I think I have time tomorrow.
if you can meet, then others can. I think others will be
No
free.
problem. It's not me. You could ask others.
Yeah, I will ask.
Yeah.
So lesson 4 ISKCON Gurus. Yeah, I think we should try to at least this week complete the first unit. Then we'll get into a lot of stuff here that we have to study. And please, little bit read these books. I want to hear some nice answers.
Yeah.
Even one devotee gets certificate, it's worth, Prabhupada said that I have created this society to make one pure devotee.
Yeah.
So Prabhupada put a lot of his time just for one pure devotee. So it's 18, 19. Do I have to close their room? I don't see them coming.
I think they should come now.
They should be receiving.
In 46 seconds. It's closing.
Okay. Let's see.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, so you can share.
So Sarvanti Mataji and I thought that we will just say a few words, and she did the research and this picture, and this picture shows that Prabhupada on one end and his Acharya Guru on the other end, and then we have got from the previous parampara and Lord Chaitanya and Prabhu Nityananda. So I think that's the picture, and he really is the one who traveled all around the world successfully, spreading the mission of Lord Krishna and making disciples who are following the parampara system. So he showed that he's from a parampara, and then he's also made really a very profound kind of effect. I mean, profound effort actually to really make so many disciples who are following that parampara now. So, and he's the one who really uh, taught us, gave us the true version of the scriptures as it is. He taught us the deity service, sadhana, how to perform sadhana, preaching, cooking for Krishna, and how to chant, and also with and how to really live in true happiness in a simpler way, in a mature way of life by dedicating ourselves to the services of others and Lord Krishna himself.
Okay, nice.
I think
Anything you have to add, Sarvanti Mataji?
actually we both work together, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you
So-
want to add Mataji, please go ahead.
Yeah, if you want to add, I'm just giving her a.
Prabhu. Those are the points what Prabhu gave.
Okay, so who will be the presenter from your group? Bhaskar Prabhu or Brinda Mataji, who will be the presenter?
Uh,
Or what do you have?
actually, We wrote in a paper, but I can, if you want, I can show you the. Hold on one second. Can I
Yeah, you can.
share my screen?
Yeah. Let me make
Okay.
you host. I think Ashok, we will have to make him host now.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me see.
Yeah. Or he'll have to make me host back. I can make him.
Okay, I've share screen participants.
I give power to you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking at. So I go to the participants.
Yeah, go to
and-
participants and then you see the three dots.
Yeah.
Press that one, then you say that make host.
Okay. That's make host. You are the host again, Prabhu.
Oh, I'm the host again. Okay, yeah. So in that case, I can make him host. Okay, you are the host now, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu.
Share your screen.
Okay.
Oh,
Can
that's
you see my
Yeah.
screen?
Yeah.
very nice.
So yeah, we discussed about this thing. So the main motive of what is the spiritual master is the manifested and representation of Supreme Lord, because he receives and presents the instruction of the Lord as they are by disciplic succession. So when you
Hmm.
talk about the disciplic succession, so the message from the Lord Krishna, even though they have different sampradayas,
Mm-hmm.
we follow the Brahma Sampradaya, followed by the Narada Muni, and we comes under the Madhavacharya thing and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the question is the message from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how it came to Srila Prabhupada through his guru Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he wanted to spread the message to all over the world, and he sent all his disciples to different parts of the world. So one, Srila Prabhupada came to America to, in this modern age, to spread that knowledge to us. So that's what we discussed, and
Yeah, that's very nice. Very
yeah,
clearly says how Prabhupada is authorized. Okay, good. You have
authorized.
anything else that you want to share or?
Yeah, that's it, Prabhu. Mataji, you want to add something?
That's what I also had. We both
Good.
discussed.
This is
Nice. So
very,
make me host back again.
this is very nice.
Thanks, Prabhu. So where is that? Sorry.
Go to my name and you see 3 points and this is claim.
Okay.
I can reclaim the host. Okay.
No, I changed it. I
Okay.
got it back.
Thank you. So now we are getting into the last part of our exercise. And that's not exercise, but that's a group discussion that we have to do. So let's do that. Okay. So you, as a follower of Krishna consciousness, how you would ensure that Srila Prabhupada remains ISKCON, founder Acharya, and preeminent Siksha Guru in the future. So if you look, do you have the student handbook in front of you?
Yeah.
Go to page number 21.
Yep.
And in page number 21, you will see there is a box. In that box, start writing that how you can do that. So write few points and then you can share with the group.
Okay. So
So you all can write 1 or 2 points. We don't have to
page
do.
number 21.
Page number
Okay.
21. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada, the empowered representative of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so I can stop sharing the screen. I think it's clear.
Yeah.
What's the exercise about? So if you're ready, then let's share. And in the box here, you see
Yeah.
that on the page 21, please write down the points. So you have 1 or 2 points that you have written. And if devotee says something that is not matching with the point that you have there, then make a note. Then write down that so that you have a broader list. May I request everybody to share at least 2 points? Let's share 2 points each.
I will share.
Okay, go ahead. So
By
what do we need to do to establish Srila Prabhupada as our founder Acharya and preeminent Shiksha Guru for future? When you or I are gone and your son is now becoming the devotee, how he can?
so by distributing Srila Prabhupada books or his teaching
Yes.
or his lecture,
By
by
be
reading books.
specific. So by books, that's 1 point.
Yeah.
By distributing Srila Prabhupada book, just share 1 point and to the
Okay.
point. By distributing SP books, please note if you have not made a note of that. That's a good point. What next?
And by
Pra-
doing Guru Puja at home or temple.
Oh, by doing Guru Puja. Continue doing Guru Puja, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Good points. Next.
Prabhu, I had these points also, but I thought that if there was any controversy in the future that someone wants to remove his deity from the temples and all that, to resist that.
If somebody wants to remove Srila Prabhupada's deity, resist that, right?
Yes, because
So how? Yeah.
because
So continue worshipping Srila Prabhupada. That's what you were saying, right?
right, yeah. Continue in the temples.
Okay. That's nice. What else? One more point.
And continue to preach what he has really taught.
Yes.
Yeah.
Continue his mood and mission, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Please make a note. I'm writing here. Okay. Okay. 5th point. Who would like to do?
So, Prabhu, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Actually, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the main thing is like, to spread the Sankirtana movement, right? The congregational chanting. So Prabhupada established that one, and still because of him, like, we also continuously doing that Kirtan movement, Kirtan process. So I felt he is the empowered representative of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah. But what he will do to teach your generations? What he will do to establish Srila Prabhupada? What are the things that he would do?
The chanting, the process,
Chanting process.
yeah.
Little bit expand on that.
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spread that the Sankirtan movement, right? So he
Yeah.
followed that one, and he asked even the Western devotees to follow that the process.
Yeah. So how would that establish Prabhupada as founder Acharya?
Because he's spreading whatever the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants us to do.
Right. But how he becomes preeminent founder Acharya? That's the question. So, preaching is Sankirtan is done by Narottam Das Thakur,
Mm-hmm.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur. All of our Acharya have promoted Sankirtan. But what
Okay.
makes Srila Prabhupada as a founder Acharya of ISKCON? You're right on the track. So being very specific, Srila Prabhupada is the one who said that 16 round. 16 round is coming from Srila
Yeah.
Prabhupada.
Yes.
So chanting was there, but chanting 16 rounds is coming from Srila Prabhupada. So that's one point. What is another point? I knew that you were going at that point. What is the next one? Anything else?
I have one point, Prabhu.
Yeah.
We need to train the future children of the society and out of the society.
Yes. Train the
Future children.
childrens or kids. Yes. Do you have any other point? That's
No.
one point.
But there are a
Okay.
couple of other points which came in my mind. One is to also write about him. That
Yeah, there's so many things we can do. Write about
we
him.
write about him so that future generations can.
Yeah,
And
route
also,
about route
also
about.
when we're talking about 16 rounds to Bhaskar Prabhu, I think there's another point that he's also the one who really gave us the 4 basic principles.
Regulatory principles.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 4 rigs. What else? Prabhupada is the one who very clearly said that you, my strong follower, should learn how to cooperate. So in every situation, learn how to cooperate for the higher cause. That's Prabhupada's, uh, very prominent teaching that we should cooperate. Okay, is there any other point anybody has? Nobody said that we should never try to deviate from his core teachings. These are some of the things I want to hear. We have to preserve the teaching that he has given, the standard that he has given.
Yeah. Prabhu, we said books.
Books are just you distribute book because it's written by Srila Prabhupada.
Right. But
I
should
told
preserve.
quote is
Ah,
I said quote SP teaching, but you said it all come under one point, so I stopped there, Prabhu.
yeah. So you say the
In preaching, we have to quote Srila Prabhupada's
yeah. So
messages.
Srila Prabhupada's quotation.
Yeah. Example and his past times. That was I want to say, but you said everything into one point, so I stopped.
No, now you can add some more quotations.
Yeah, quotation.
And
He built so many temples, so this process is easily approached by people from like different part of the world.
yeah, he built temples. So we have to
Yeah.
continue reminding people that these temples that are built, all of these temples
Yeah.
are Prabhupada's temple. Prabhupada
So
is the one who built this. So we
yeah.
should try to act as a servant on behalf of Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
These things are very important. I hear a lot. Prabhupada said that hearing, chanting, prasadam, and then sharing Krishna Katha to others. So coming in a group of devotee and hearing association.
Yeah. And
Asso-
like conducting so many festivals like Ratha Yatra, this thing. So like
Yes,
most people will
one
get
of the
attracted.
principle of the
Yeah.
one of the principle of the ISKCON, out of
Yeah.
7 principle, one principle is conducting the festivals for mass preaching.
Yes.
That's Prabhupada instructs.
And observing Vyasa Puja, Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa
Observing
Puja.
Vyas pujas, yes. So please make note of all of these points. You need to have those notes in your book. Yeah, doing the Vyas puja, not deviating from the standard, doing the book distribution, festivals to share Krishna consciousness to, you know, all living being, cooperate among each other, don't fight, cooperate on the higher principle, and devotees who are advanced in Krishna consciousness, they should try to make sure that these things are taking place. So that's why this course is mandate course, because tomorrow, if you have some responsibility, you need to be watchful for these things to make sure. That's what makes leader, that the person who is aligned with the mood and mission of our society. Okay.
call कर रहा था हाँ नहीं मिटी मुझे
So can I start new chapter now, just for short time?
हाँ
Introduction.
क्लास मजो साउंड तो कॉल तो करी वापस
I'll just
Done.
start this course to just little bit intro and then I can adjourn. But before I do that, can we meet tomorrow also from 1:30 to 3 o'clock or 1:30 to 2:30? Is it okay with everybody?
Yes, Prabhu.
Can we do?
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhu.
So let's meet tomorrow. I think the sooner the more we meet, the faster we can do this. Let's finish this on time. Okay, dear devotees. So this course definitely will give you a lot of good learning, I can tell you. It depends how much you are investing yourself and how much you are trying to learn. I would request you to make note of these things. When we teach this course in person, we make, ask a lot of group exercises. But since we are not doing in person, I think it was nice that we did not do in person otherwise. Okay, so we did welcome and introduction. We good Guru Tattva and Parampara, and we just finished Srila Prabhupada's founder Acharya. Now we're getting into the last chapter of first unit, which is ISKCON Gurus. So in this chapter, we'll discuss what are the qualities of a good disciple. What is called good discipleship. And then what should be attitude of an ISKCON guru? How a guru should act. And then we'll talk about gurus and ISKCON authorities instructions. So there are line of authority that we fall into, right? We are just normal congregation member, and then we have temple president. Temple president reports to general supervisor. General supervisor reports to GBC. GBC reports to their department, and then finally everybody is working for Srila Prabhupada. So we have a structure and line of authority for us to receive the instruction. And then the last part would be how we should perceive the gurus who are outside of ISKCON. And it's my humble request that we need to act on some of these things. Sometimes I remember recently somebody was giving I don't know where I saw that. I saw that somebody was giving some talk, and whenever it was talking about Krishna, there was picture of Vishnu. I mean, uh, there's nothing bad about having picture of Vishnu. We are not against of Lord Vishnu, but we say, or our philosophy is that Parameshwari, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and he has his manifestations, and Vishnu is one of them. So real learning is changing our perspective. Otherwise, if we hear everything and linger on where we were before, then very difficult. Then our mood doesn't change, and we would not advance faster. We'll advance slowly. We'll be still hanging on so many things that we think is right or we have been doing as a right. So Krishna consciousness, when we are trying to be disciples, all of us have some background, but the goal is slowly and slowly trying to step up and align our value system with the value system that is given to us by our Acharya. And I'm not that, powerful, but I'm very proponent of this thought process. I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing or I'm part of it, it's aligning with the mood and mission of our institution. Although I might have some other background or we have some background. So discipleship means, what's the perfect disciple? Perfect disciple means following the instructions of our spiritual master. And who are our spiritual masters? Our spiritual masters are our previous acharyas. Our spiritual master, immediate spiritual master, and then Param Guru, then his Guru, then his Guru, and then his Guru. So So we should try to basically understand that and trying to, be very loyal. Very, very, we talked, why we have to be loyal. It's very, very important that we be loyal. We should not try to be practitioner of Krishna consciousness under the umbrella of ISKCON and still practice something that you have been practicing. And I see that happening a lot. But that's not what makes you disciple. This is on the context. I'm not trying to preach something which is not part of this context. We are going to talk about what is the quality of a good disciple. What is the meaning of disciple? Sisya. Sisya is one who is surrender, right? So it's not just name change process that happens, but at the time of initiation, we get empowered. All the sins that we have done is taken away by our spiritual master, and our spiritual master connect us with the parampara. One of the things that we have learned in the class is that we get official connection with the parampara system after diksha. And when we are connected, what does it mean? Means, powerhouse could be somewhere else, but my house is connected with the main power line, so I'm getting the power, right? So each and every bulb has light because it's receiving the power from the source. Exactly, all of us, wherever we are receiving that same power from the powerhouse when we are connected with the source. So that's basically is the quality of a disciple. Disciple is very surrender, is very loyal to the line of authority. And we'll talk about line of authority. And he does what is aligning with the Guru Shastra and Sadhu that is given to him by his previous acharyas. So these are some of the quality that good disciples has, and we'll have to little bit talk about that. That what you think in your words are the qualities of a good disciple, and one or two crisp and clear point uh, you will try to make. So once we get to that part, then we'll talk about it. But can somebody read this one, please?
We should therefore live in such a way that we keep ourselves always healthy and strong in mind and intelligence, so that we can distinguish the goal of life from life full of problems. A thoughtful man must act in this way, learning to distinguish right from wrong and thus attain the goal of life.
Yeah. So uh, I'm not sure if you are translating it right or not, but learning to distinguish right from wrong. That's what I was trying to say in a different way. That society has some existing value system, and that value system has been existing for too long. That doesn't mean it's authentic, right? That doesn't make that authentic. Rather, whatever is teaching that's coming from the Shastra, that's the way we should try, or at least we should try to. At least we should try to act like that. Maybe we are not able to act at this point. So a thoughtful man must act in this way. Okay. So a disciple must have the intelligence to understand what is right and what is wrong, and then attain the goal. So goal also very clear. What is right goal? What is wrong goal? I was just talking. Two things are very important: the goal and action. Okay. So knowing what is my goal, and then what are the action that I am part of. Okay. So I think I just wanted to little bit go through this slide, and then I'll adjourn here. We'll talk more about this slide tomorrow. So what you are seeing here is multiple arrows going in so many directions. And that basically is talking to us about line of authority. Very important. Try to understand that. line of authority. So in a corporate setup, there is a line of authority. There are individual contributor, and then they have a manager. Manager reports to director, and then directors to the VP, and VP to the department VP, and then it goes keep on going up and up. So there is a line of chain, line of authority, right? Also in ISKCON, we have line of authority. ISKCON gurus and ISKCON line of authority. So the person who is on the top, our founder Acharya Hidayanga Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada is topmost personality on our line of authority. That's why we have to be loyal to him also. If you are somewhere in the bottom and you are acting as a temple president, or you are acting as a Nam Hata or Bhakti Vriksha leader, or you are acting as some other, leaders like directors, some program coordinators like I do. And here in the bottom, I'm all the way here in the bottom somewhere, and I'm not aligned with the mission and mood of Srila Prabhupada, then I'm doing a lot of damage here in the bottom. Right? Is it right or wrong? So it's
Yes.
very important that we know that Srila Prabhupada is on the top and we fall into line of succession. So let me take one route and let's go through that. So under Srila Prabhupada, we have GBCs. And under GBC, you have two departments. Or you have from GBC, there are two breakdowns or two pathways. One is sannyas ministry. And under that sannyas ministry, there is a sannyasi. So this sannyasi may be GBC, but this sannyasi may not be GBC, right? Let's try to understand. So you have a GBC. Under GBC, there is sannyas. I'm just going through one line of authority, sannyas ministry, and then you have a sannyas. And under that sannyasi, there is temple president, right? Or under GBC, there is a regional body member, and under that regional body, the regional supervisor, and then that under that general supervisor, you have a temple president, right? So if you are going from temple president to GBC, there could be multiple option. You could have sannyasi who are serving as a temple president, but who are not a general supervisor, or you could have a temple president who are serving to general supervisor, who is serving to regional body, who is serving to GBC, or you could have a temple president who is likely serving to GBC. So all of these combinations could happen. So don't think that the slide that you are seeing here is a straight way, is how our line of authority exists, but they are just the example. But I'll tell you, I'll tell you the major difference. And then under temple president, we have temple residents, devotee who are living in the temple. Or if the temple president is a sannyasi, then under that sannyasi, his disciples are living. Or if the general supervisor is a sannyasi, then, or maybe temple president will be supervisor of the disciple of the general supervisor. That could also happen. So then he is disciple, then there are other disciples, living under him. So what we are trying to say here is that, there could be multiple way that the devotees on the grassroots, on the grass level, will be connected with the higher authority. And there is another example here, the second branch, where Guru Service Committee. And then Guru Service Committee approves who will be the spiritual master, gurus. And then that guru could be regional body, or that guru could be GBC, right? He could be any person. And then all the Nama Hata devotee or leaders or Bhakti Vriksha devotees, they all are disciple of that spiritual master, right? And then there are many members living in the congregation who are disciple of that spiritual master. Okay. So what we are seeing here is two types of authority. One is just the operational line of authority, right? This sannyasi might be your authority, but might not be your spiritual master. This temple president might be working under the sannyasi, but this sannyasi might not be a spiritual master of the temple president. But in this case here, maybe this temple president would be disciple of the sannyasi, that guru. And that guru is basically the GBC or someone who has more power than the temple president. So the relationship that exists in the society could be of two format. And that's the message that I'm trying to explain here. One, that the line of authority that you have may be your spiritual line of authority. For example, I am serving under my spiritual master, who is the temple president. There are temple president, right? Like ISKCON Silicon Valley or in Seattle. Temple presidents are a spiritual master, and then he is basically also reporting to somebody in GBC. So if my spiritual master is my line of authority, then there is two relationship. One, that administrative instruction that I have to receive, and one is a spiritual instruction that I have to receive. So this line where you see guru, 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 that is talking about your spiritual line of authority, where the person who are on the hierarchy is not on the hierarchy, but they are your spiritual instructor. No, your spiritual life is going to be depending on their instruction. On the other hand, we are showing a line of authority which might be only for admin purpose, only to govern the day-to-day activity, but that person might not have a strong spiritual connection with you. If senior person, it depends on you also. That do you consider that person as your spiritual line of authority, or you consider that person as your admin line of authority? Okay, but these are the two prominent line of authority. There could be multiple ins and outs. Right now, the way our structure is, current structure is that you have GBC. Under GBC, they have a regional governing body, RGB. So you have GBC, and then GBC, under him or her, there is RGB, regional body. Under regional body, there is zonal supervisor. And under zonal supervisor, you have temple president. And under temple president, you have directors who are leading a specific service area, like fundraising or festivals or book distribution or cooking. These are the basically director for the specific service area. And then under him, not he under him, but under him or with him is a proper word, there are other people working. Okay, so that's the standard, more or less you will see existing in our ISKCON system. But that system could exist in this two format. Either you are falling into a spiritual line of authority, or you are falling into a administrative line of authority, where your relationship is that because you are the director, so you have to report the temple president. You might not consider temple president as your spiritual authority. You don't aspire to get any spiritual instruction from this person. But if he tells you that I need this thing to be done, you must do it, right? So is it clear? Or sometimes it may happen that your admin line of authority may be your spiritual line of authority. Is this clear so far? Before we talk next, can
Yeah.
somebody confirm yes or no?
Yes, Prabhu.
So what I'm talking, can you summarize, Ashok Prabhu, before we adjourn?
So Prabhu, so the highest authority is Srila Prabhupada. He has given us he left the instructions to make a GBC, and there are how many, 29 members or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
GBC. Then they are divided into two. There are other services too, but main
There are other
service-
services too, but this
Yeah.
is just the example. You are
This is
right.
the
There are so
main-
many services, right?
Yeah, there's so many services under that. But Sannyasa Ministry and Guru Service Ministry is the main ones which are really controlling or instructing the temples to how to work. And under those, then we have the other, like the temple president or zonal supervisor and the other programs and directors, and they're functioning. And then under GBC, there's a regional body. So I think there are 26 or 28 regions, right? In US. Where
I think in the US, both North and South America, they have 5, I believe.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's in the whole world there are like
Yeah,
26 or 27 regions. So then there's a regional supervisor who really kind of gives the instructions to various, maybe 2 or 3 temple presidents under him, and then other leaders like that. So I think that's a very good structure where there's if somebody has a question, they can go back to their higher authorities to really get their things really.
Yes. So what else did I say in the last of my talk? That how those line of authority can fall into?
There are 2 lines of authority.
Yes, 2 lines. So what are those?
Admin line of authority and spiritual line of authority.
Yes. So a spiritual line of authority, if you have, then you cannot ignore, right? Like if your spiritual master is your temple president and he will say that I want you in the Mangala Aarti in the morning, what you would say? It's both a spiritual and admin, right? Coming from the same person.
Yes.
But there could be another instance where you could have only admin instruction, right? Admin line of authority. Like for example, somebody senior who are not your godbrother or who has not brought you into Krishna consciousness, he is temple president and you have the opportunity to serve. So that instruction that you get, I mean, in Krishna consciousness, every instruction is coming from that perspective. But sometimes you may take that instruction as a instruction to execute the day-to-day services, right?
Yeah.
So 2 line of authority, a spiritual line of authority, and then the admin line of authority. And the details could vary. Is it okay?
Right.
Okay, thank you. So with that, I would like to pause here and we will talk more. But tomorrow, Bhaskar Prabhu will have to give us a summary as Ashok Prabhu gave. What is the summary of this slide here? You have that in your book. And tomorrow we meet at 1:30. Is it okay for everybody?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you. Vanchkalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhu vayavasya patitanam pavanebhyo vaisnavebhyo namo namaha. Assemble Bhaktavrind ki jai. Thank you so much. And we'll talk a little bit more tomorrow. Hare Krishna. See you all tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare